found either a turkey feather or a writing utensil from back in the day. I'm not a hunter, but I'm wondering, shouldn't there be a head on this deer? Maybe he shot that off. One of the guys had got one of Connie's donuts down in the pool. I wonder what flavor that is. There's a lot of good stuff inside this that keeps you from the doctor. So remember, all right guys, it's been a little while. Here's an update at Flairs. Got the inside all done, as you know. Now we're working on the outside, and we did do the layout with the driveway with Flair not too long ago. And so it's taken shape. Chad, the dirt guy's been here. He's graded everything out. We even removed a ton of the rock. That actually went to my house. Thank you, Andrew, for that. So I'll be using that for a temporary driveway. We've got a whole new crew here today, and they are making some tremendous headway. They've got all the rebar down. They've had several trucks come in this morning, and now they're just getting all the concrete floated out, making sure everything looks good. I'll take you guys around and show you what we're in for at Flair. So he's got a lot of driveway on this big property. What Andrew did different than I did on my driveway, he has a lot of big trucks and bobcats and what have you, so he went and spent the extra money and went 5 inches of concrete, and then we have this rebar here, 4 foot on center, and this is the blue, is the fiberglass. It still does a great job. It's just a little less money to cost-wise. So always trying to find a little way to save some costs, but not sacrifice quality. So that's what we got going here. So this is day 2 of a pour, and there's more coming here this afternoon. I don't know if you guys remember, during construction, this was a mud hole forever. So Andrew has actually come in and did it himself. He brought his supersized excavator over, dug this out, and put in an oversized drain to solve the problem. I'm assuming we're going to probably come in with some rock, and we got all the gutters. All this pipe right here and here are all the downspouts. Everything drains to this hole and goes across and works its way down to Camel Ralph. He needs lots of water. It's great that we're getting this all taken care of, because there was plenty of times that we were moving, actually towing trucks out of the mud. God, there must have been at least 3 or 4 different times someone would drive in, see snow, thinking it's safe, and sink in tons of mud. It was always a problem, but we couldn't really get it totally fixed until now. So it's all done. Andrew is this close to being done with his house and totally enjoying country living. You know what the problem is with our younger generation? They don't drink out of the hose. If you drink out of the hose, you don't need a tetanus shot. There's a lot of good stuff inside this that keeps you from the doctor. So remember, drink from the hose sometime. Okay, if you guys watched the planning video where we laid it all out, we put a big loop. It's a big circle in the driveway. There is a ton of concrete. It's a little over 18 to 20 foot wide, and we do that because when you park a car in the driveway, big trucks, you want to be able to get around it if someone's parking in your circular drive. So to hide some of that concrete look as you're driving down the hill, what those guys are standing in, that is all going to be landscaping and trees, and it will make the house look like you're driving down and seeing lots of trees versus lots of concrete. So that's a great way to hide it, and there's sleeves going underneath there so that there's power. They can get sprinklers into that. These guys have done a great job with the base. They've got this gravel down. This has been raised up so that get a 5-inch pour. That way when I visit Andrew, I can bring my bobcat and not worry about cracking his driveway. Hey, a little update on Andrew's pond. You guys know that he's having lots of troubles with that thing holding water. What I've done, I've set him up with another guy that is a pond builder, and one of them's out of Kansas City, and we've actually got a price for Andrew to put an entire liner around that. And we did the math. That's 3.5 acres of water. It runs about 500 feet one way, 400 feet the other, and I think it's 350 to 400 feet across. So that is one monster liner. I'll have Andrew give you an update on that one, because it's pretty pricey, but at the same time, you put a liner in, you never have to worry about the water leaving the pond. Plus, we don't have a lot of water out here. You would think there's cricks and stuff, but the pump, when you pump from a well, you're only getting about 15 to 18 gallons a minute. A lot of places get anywhere upwards to, 100, 200 gallons a minute, which would be awesome. So it's kind of like filling this thing up with the garden hose. So a pond liner would solve the problem from leakage in the ground. It also would make for like a cleaner lake. I personally think he should go that route versus putting the bentonite in, but that's up for Andrew, his decision. My pond, I am definitely doing a liner because I want it to make it feel and look and act just like a swimming pool. So I'll keep you posted on that one. Let's see if Andrew makes the decision and goes with the liner. I think you guys should recommend that he does the liner. Here's an example of what we've been using. When we do the underground to bury the downspouts and everything, you want to come up with this, is what we call a Schedule 40. Not very expensive, but you do not want to use that black. Let me show you over here. Here's the stuff that's good for temporary. It's terrible for permanent stuff. If you're spending the time digging trenches, see how this stuff gets real flimsy? It gets holes in it, get dirt on it, eventually crushes, and after a while, it doesn't take long, this stuff fails, and then water starts backing up at the house. So take the extra time, spend the extra money, and buy the Schedule 40. There's the bell end on it. See how that bell? So the other pipe fits right into it. You'll be a lot happier using that, but you'll need to get at least 3 to 4 inch. If you have a lot of volumes of water, you notice at the top of the hill, I think he had close to a 6 or 8 inch pipe, because there's all this stuff coming off the house needs to have a lot of flow. So they've done it right. And if you guys do it in your house, make sure you do it right. Take the extra time and spend the money. That way you'll never have to do it again. All right, people, there's a lot happening here in Flair's backyard. The pool is getting closer all the time. So what they're doing right now is they're laying down all the pavers around the decking of the pool. And inside there, they're putting down foam. It's 3/4 inch foam. So when you stand on the bottom of the pool, it's a kind of a cushion. The walls are a little less thicker. So that is what's going in right now. Then the liner will go down. Hey, I think I spy one of the guys that got one of Connie's donuts down in the pool. I wonder what flavor that is. You got another one of those donuts? Do you have another one of those? No, last one. I should have got her earlier. The last one. Yeah. So how far are you going to go out with all these pavers? Are you going
about to where the
rock is?
At.
Oh, so it'll be a nice big deck area right here.
And then follow the walkway area.
Oh, and then there'll be a walkway too going to the steps.
Yeah.
Nice.
It comes straight from deck here about 4 to 6 feet.
Are we doing, what's he doing back in there? A different product up to the house?
Concrete.
Oh, concrete. That tight wad. He's putting concrete up there. He should have done more pavers, right? More money, more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking good. So you got to get it all leveled out, hammer down. Were you doing anything special to just do the hand movement to make sure it's all level and not?
Yes. I'm finding my slope here.
Okay.
That is high.
We have a little bit of a slope.
Well, right now the bubble's running that way, so it's running that way.
Okay.
But I keep it high so I'm pounding, make sure it's firm.
Okay.
By the time we put the
seal sand in there. I see. Are we wanting this as level, or you want it to slope a little bit away from the pool?
A little bit away.
Okay, so
only thing, this goes back, the rest goes away.
I got you. That tips in, this goes out. So, all right. The old trusty level. Will not mislead you. You got a bunch. All right.
Yes, got to keep 3 or 4.
I guess we'll know when your job's done. When the water runs this way, no bueno. It's got to go that way, right?
I make it swing around.
Yeah, swing it. Oh, right into swing to the drain.
Yes.
Oh, you got to do a little. Yeah. That's like a dance move.
Water run down. So
yeah.
As long as that's my lowest point.
That's never good. Yeah, you can't trick water. It's going to the low point. Good job, man. All right. These guys know what they're doing. I'm not a hunter, but I'm wondering, does Flair keep these in his backyard to scare them other coyotes away? I think it's for target practice. It looks like he's hit it everywhere but there. So we maybe have to talk to him about a lesson or two. That's kind of mean. I don't know if it's a budget issue. Shouldn't there be a head on this deer? Maybe he shot that off. But yeah, he's hit a bunch of little spots, kind of a lot in the hind end. One in the middle. Still a lot of open area there for Andrew to hit. All right, so what's amazing, he's got a lot of room to stage stuff. So all these pavers There are several pallets of them. What's going to be exciting to watch is as they keep bringing them over there, they keep getting them laid down. He's going to have a good looking patio deck area. I would like for Andrew to not pour concrete. Maybe what I'll do, if he does pour concrete there, we can always color it, and that would be a nice accent color. So it's always good to find a little contrasting color, something that complements it so it's not all the same everywhere. So we'll make that work. So I'm up here on top of Andrew's driveway. We actually had to move this wall out a little bit. It was already, we built it the right way, but it had a slight curve to it so that you have plenty of room to get out of the garage, and then adding these great steps all out of the matching stone, because when the guests come, most likely they're not always going to come through the house. So this gives them a sense of arrival. As you come down, it's like a curved staircase, and you open up to the swimming pool. It's going to be beautiful. All right, when we laid out this driveway, we had a concern that when you back out of that garage, we did not want to get close to the wall, but we wanted to maximize the driveway as much as possible. So we created about a 4 to 5 foot wide path. This will all become landscaping. A hedge would be really nice in here because it'll give you a sense of security. So when you see a hedge, it doesn't feel like you're going to go off the retaining wall. So once this gets dried up, we'll be able to start bringing in more dirt, backfill, sprinklers will come in, and then landscaping, and the house will start looking done. When you put grass down, it's like putting carpet in your house. That's the final thing, and that's what makes it look finished. You know, back in the day, we'd have homeowners put their kids' hands in here, like a little handprint. I don't know where Brooklyn's at, so maybe I could do, I think Andrew would care if I put my foot and then signed it, Brad the Builder. As you notice, I'm not wearing safety shoes today or socks. This would be a good opportunity. Let me know if you think I should put my footprint on Andrew's driveway. Okay, I'm down at Flair's Pond. I don't know if you guys have a sense of where it is on his property from his viewers, but there's his house right up on top of the hill, and you literally can sit on the deck and look down at this pond. That's actually huge compared to what I'm doing. This, we did the math, it's 3.5 acres of water. As luck would have it, poor Flair, is that he had to build this with Chad, and we used all the material from the site and building this dam. So he took a chance, hoping that this was a clay enough material that it would hold water, and now you guys know it does not. It's just crazy what water does. It literally trickles underneath all this huge hill, and it finds its way on the backside and goes down into this ravine that we share on our property. As we know, there's 2 ways. We bent-nine it, or we put a big liner on it. I believe, and we have a price on what it would take to put a huge liner on this entire pond. Andrew's got some concerns, thinking that it could, if you catch a hook or something, it would tear, but this liner is like a 40 mil, could be 60. It's really thick, and it'd be very hard pressed, I think, to get a hook through it, but that would be the discussion he needs to have. So I've loaned him a couple of my pumps. We have to get this water out. I'm not sure all this water is coming from. Maybe it's working. I doubt it, but we got to pump all this out so that we can come in and make some corrections to it. This is Andrew's project. I'm just kind of giving him some advice as I learn on my pond, which it's going to be a swimming pond. This is a fishing one. It's a little different. I know this can be fixed. It's not like he wasted any money. He still had to do all this dirt work, and we were hoping the dirt work in itself would hold, but this is not good enough clay. There's too much sand in the material causing it to leak. All right, what I'm standing on is this little peninsula that Andrew had Chad the dirt guy build for him. This is where he would like to have his marina, and we want to make this thing look like it's been here for 100 years. I'm not sure if the peninsula idea works, because I want this to feel like it's literally floating out into the lake. So if we use the peninsula, we're going to have to build a big dock area all the way around it, and this will be an awesome view once this thing's all done. Let me know your thoughts on how I should build it floating or make it look like it's on land. All right, guys, as a reference, Flair has a liner on this small little pond. I think it's a hatchery for him for his fish. It's these heavy-duty rubber membrane. I want him to put that on his pond, as you well know, but the way you do this, I've been learning, there's all kinds of videos out for these, is that they notch this thing in, they tuck this thing down in the ground, and then they backfill it with dirt. so it holds it in place. It's called kind of how you tie it in, but eventually all this would go away and disappear. But what's nice about this liner is that this water is not going anywhere. So it's the same soil, as you would know, it's over there, but the liner keeps the water in. It only a little bit of evaporation from the sun, but we're not getting any leakage through the ground. So this would be probably, good God, I don't know, 50 times the size going over there, but it would all be done perfectly. And you got to keep the water moving. You can see it's a little stagnant in here. If there's water movement and aeration, it'll stay nice and clean, and it'll be awesome for fishing and maybe even swimming. So we got to get a zip line going from the house down to the big pond. That would be a fun project. All right, we're clear way back in the ditch in Flair's backyard. I don't know if he showed it to you, but shh, this is quite the hidden secret. Looks like they brought a big bulldozer cat down through here, and we're on the back side of his dam. And look at all this trees and vegetation. It's a little mucky because I think this is the moisture that the dam's letting loose. So if we get that fixed, man, you could make a whole adventure series back in here. I found either a turkey feather or a writing utensil from back in the day. This is probably old Indian territory. What do you think? All right, we're getting ready for the next pour, but that is a thundercloud that came out of nowhere. We haven't had rain in weeks, and as luck would have it, in construction, as soon as you start doing stuff outside, like I'm painting my house right now, these guys are pouring concrete, you do not want rain. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you like what you're seeing on Brad the Builder, please hit that subscribe button and like. And also, I love to hear your comments. I answer each and every one of them. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next job site.